Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering VCT America Stage 2. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied by artziN of MIBR, who are looking to be one of the teams that will be bouncing back from Stage 1 to then compete for a spot in Champions and then everything else around that. artziN, thank you so much for taking the time for doing this once again. First and foremost, how are you feeling? How are you taking in this whole break from end of Stage 1 up until now?
Yeah, I mean, so what can I talk about this break? So we are going through some issues right now on the team because we are doing some changes. So we didn't have that much time to practice and stuff with the new team, but we are doing okay. We are just trying to make it work, because since we don't have our team here yet, we need to use them in other ways. So maybe doing some, I don't know, virtual stuff. So this break is really hard for us right now, but we are just figuring out how we can make it do better for us.
It's really unfortunate to hear, man. I mean, looking at how the team fared from stage one, I mean, I can assume it's only kind as difficult. Quick question about just the team presence. Is so you're saying that nobody, well, not everyone is there in Los Angeles so far?
Yeah. I can't talk much about that because we have some confidential stuff going on right now, but we don't have the entire team here yet.
Okay, I understand that. And yeah, that said, with what obstacles you now have at the present time, what has been some of the things that the team has kind of been addressing as in adjusting from end of stage one, stage two, in what little time you guys have been able to make that happen?
I mean, we are changing a lot of things right now, including the staff, so the coaches and stuff. We are changing our way to practice, our way to play. We have a new team with a new instructor, so we are just figuring out how this new team works, and we're doing good. But at the same time, uh, we need more because we didn't have s- a lot of time to practice and stuff. So we're just running out of time.
And one other thing that, of course, affected the team in terms of changing. You mentioned a little bit about just changing within the staff. Having brought in as a coach, going from assistant to now head coach after the team parted ways with Bazooka at the end of stage one. I mean, how has that kind of transition been like going from Bazooka to Fraud as coach?
It's doing fine because we already knew how Fraud thinks of the game. We already knew how Fraud wants to work. So we actually like how we are doing with this new team. Fraud is doing a good job with us. So yeah, we are just doing great in this change.
Has there been any sort of biggest differences between how Bazooka led the team and how Fraud leads the team right now? In terms of just um, leadership style or coaching style and just kind of having that kind of transition into the team's performance in the server.
I don't think so. I think both coaches are pretty good. I like Bazooka a lot, and I like Fraud a lot. So uh, it's hard to say because how can I say this? So Fraud thinks some practices stuff differently. So I think that's the big change on our team. So for next stage with Fraud and the way he works, we're probably doing good.
If you can go a little bit deeper into that, exactly how would you kind of describe the mode of practice that Fraud has in right now, and how kind of compares that to Bazooka? If you can kind of share on that facet.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say some of new stuff to be honest, because that's the thing that like uh gets maybe Bazooka upset, because I don't want to talk. I don't want to compare each other, because there's nothing that really far from each other. So they both are pretty good coaches. They both work similar, but the only thing that does, it's like he makes our practice more lighter, more soft compared to Bazooka. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I want to go a little bit back onto the roster team and stuff. Um, just going into just how the team is looking to deal with the problems that you guys have during the lead up to stage two and up until day one, first match of the regular season for you guys against Leviathan opening match. As a matter of fact, I mean, what's the current status of the team? Are you guys gonna be able to just make all five members get to the main stage, or anything else of that, or are we going to maybe see like Chosen 2.0 from last year with MIBR?
Yeah, it's a tough situation to be honest, because I don't know yet if we are gonna make with the entire team here to the first game. But we are hoping that everyone arrives in time. We are hoping that we have a great opening match against Leviathan with the whole team. But if it's not, we are already working on some B plans.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Farad mentioned a little bit on his Twitter, for on the tweet where he said like jokingly, I would say, but still, like maybe he'd have to just kind of appear on stage. I don't want to put words into your mouth, but I gotta ask the question. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, it's not that big, but it is.
Okay, I understand that. And now going over to just the schedule of the team. Um, starting off 0-5 with that overall record from stage one carrying over to stage two. I mean, of course, not an ideal position for anyone, for any team to have at the start of this new season, but still, such as the way that you guys now have at your disposal or at your possession. More so, just looking at the schedule, how are you guys going to be approaching this stage, given the fact that you're starting off, at the bottom of the table and just having to fight your way back up to playoff contention and stuff like that.
Yeah, so on this on this second stage, we are gonna be a new team with new mentality. We are just here to, do our stuff, play play the things that we need to, prove them what do we show in practice. We are not thinking about the big tournaments like champions, because our situation is pretty bad right now. We are going with mentality that the second stage we're just here to play and maybe try to win VCT Americans, go to playoffs and stuff like that. So yeah, we're just going from like a fresh start.
If there's one, if there's one obstacle out of all of them that you've kind of been touching upon in this conversation that the team is going to have to just face and try to overcome in stage two, What would that one thing be, and why?
Probably the time, because we didn't have that much time to practice. So we are gonna commit a lot of mistakes, some new teams mistake, which is normal, but we will do our best and try to minimize those mistakes as possible, because we didn't have that much time to practice.
Oh, for sure. Despite everything that you said, hopefully you're able to at least put up a much better showing in stage two, from start up until the very end. artziN, thank you so much for taking the time. Uh, giving me all of this detail and just talking to me about the team and everything else of that juncture. Really do appreciate it once again, and best of luck goes to yourself and the team for stage two.
Yeah, sure, man. Thank you so much. It's really an honor to be here.